Do you believe that vegetables, carbs, and even those so-called guilty foods could actually shape your gut health, your mood, and even the way you see your own body? My name is Ethan Marshall. I'm a 60-year-old physician here in the United States, and for more than 3 decades, I've devoted my career to studying and treating digestive health. Today, I want to open with a truth that might shock you: the trendy habit of drinking warm lemon water every morning, celebrated by millions worldwide, as a golden key to weight loss really only deserves about a 4 out of 10 when it comes to effectiveness. Yes, you heard me right. Most of what you've read online about its miraculous fat-burning powers isn't backed by solid science. If that surprises you, stay with me until the end, because I'll explain why. But before we dive in, I'd love your support. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video. Those small actions make a big difference and keep me motivated to create more high-quality, helpful content, especially for those working hard to restore balance to their health. Now let's get back to the story of warm lemon water. This trend has spread like wildfire across the internet for years. Many people believe that just by drinking a glass every morning, the pounds will melt away. In reality, the idea grew out of a massive wave of diet culture, where quick fixes that sound natural tend to capture public attention. But as a doctor, I have to emphasize to this day, there is no strong scientific evidence that drinking warm lemon water directly causes weight loss. Studies on hydration and gut motility do confirm that warm water can gently stimulate the digestive system, and lemon adds a touch of flavor and vitamin C. But this is far from being the magic formula that burns fat, as so many have been led to believe. That said, I'm not denying it has some benefits. When you drink warm lemon water first thing in the morning, what your body receives above all else is water, much-needed hydration after a night's sleep. The warmth helps wake up your digestive tract, giving you a smoother start to the day. And the tartness of lemon can freshen your palate, leaving your mouth feeling clean. Still, these benefits aren't exclusive to lemon water. You could just as easily get them from a simple glass of warm plain water, or by making sure you drink enough fluids early in the day. So why do I only give this habit a 4 out of 10? Because it cannot replace the deeper, more lasting changes that matter in your diet. If your goal is to improve gut health or lose weight, the true foundation is increasing your intake of vegetables, whole grains, and fiber-rich foods. Warm lemon water might be a pleasant way to begin the morning, but it will never be the cornerstone of health. I've seen too many patients disappointed when they pin their hopes on quick tricks like this, only to overlook the bigger picture. Before we move on, I'd like to leave you with a question. If you had just 5 minutes for yourself in the morning, would you choose A, a glass of warm lemon water to kickstart your day, or B, preparing a small breakfast with vegetables and whole grains? Share your answer in the comments. I'd love to know how you choose to start your morning. In daily life, one of the most striking issues in nutrition is that many people do not actually provide their bodies with enough vegetables, even though when asked, they often insist that they eat vegetables regularly. Clinical reality shows that when their diet is examined more closely, many patients admit their intake amounts to nothing more than a few slices of cucumber or a couple of carrot sticks in an entire day, an amount far below the minimum fiber their digestive system requires. Over time, this leads to a serious fiber deficiency, undermining the foundation needed for a healthy gut microbiome. When this balance is lost, the body becomes prone to digestive problems, constipation, reduced nutrient absorption, and an increased risk of chronic inflammation. Furthermore, transitioning from a low vegetable diet to one rich in plant foods cannot be done abruptly. Fiber, particularly from bean seeds and whole grains, if introduced too quickly, can easily trigger bloating, gas, and discomfort. For that reason, increasing vegetable intake must happen gradually, step by step, allowing the digestive system to adjust. Clinical observations confirm that after just 2 weeks of proper adjustments, many people begin to develop genuine cravings for vegetables, a natural shift that reflects the body's positive adaptation. This shows that appetite is not a fixed trait, but one directly shaped by gut condition and microbial balance. When the gut receives enough fiber, the internal environment supports the growth of beneficial bacteria, which in turn release neural signals and chemical messengers that influence appetite, guiding people toward foods they may once have ignored. This aligns with the philosophy of Pro. Arnold Ehret expressed in his book, Rational Fasting Mucusless Diet Healing System, Wananja Chua Lanch, in translation. According to Ehret, the root cause of many diseases is the buildup of mucus stemming from diets heavy in processed foods, refined starches, meat, and dairy. He emphasized that only by increasing the intake of fresh vegetables and fruits can the gut be freed from these residues, thereby restoring overall health. This matches modern clinical insights. Vegetables not only provide essential vitamins and minerals, they also act as cleansers, keeping the intestinal tract clear while nourishing beneficial microbes. A diet abundant in vegetables combined with a wide variety of plant-based foods is the true foundation for stabilizing digestion, strengthening immunity, and protecting long-term health. Thus, the central nutritional issue today is not only that people consume too few vegetables, but more deeply that they fail to fully recognize the fundamental role vegetables play in gut health and the body's entire biological system. At the heart of gut health lies the decisive role of the microbiome and its remarkable ability to adapt quickly to dietary changes. The gut microbiome can be seen as a thriving community made up of trillions of bacteria with hundreds of species, each serving a unique purpose, supporting digestion, synthesizing nutrients, regulating the immune system, and maintaining biological balance. When the diet is rich in vegetables, whole grains, and fermented foods, the nutritional environment of the gut changes, creating ideal conditions for beneficial bacteria to thrive. The outcome is a more stable digestive system, more efficient energy metabolism, and a natural regulation of hunger and satiety. Conversely, when the diet lacks fiber and plant-based foods, populations of helpful bacteria decline while harmful microbes gain ground, raising the risks of inflammation, metabolic dysfunction, and gut imbalance. What is particularly striking is how rapidly these microbial changes occur, sometimes within just a few days of shifting one's diet. When fiber intake from vegetables and whole grains increases, the body not only improves digestion, but also alters neural signaling to the brain, directly influencing cravings and food choices. This explains why many people, after only a short time on a healthier diet, begin to notice shifts in preference, moving away from fried or processed foods and feeling more satisfied with simple vegetable-based dishes. This phenomenon highlights the close connection between the gut microbiome and the brain, commonly referred to as the gut-brain axis, where biological balance in the gut can shape emotions, cravings, and eating behavior. Another positive trait of the microbiome is its forgiving and highly resilient nature. Even when someone departs from a fiber-rich diet and reverts to processed or nutrient-poor foods, balance can usually be restored quickly. By returning to healthier food choices for just a few days, the microbiome adapts and reestablishes stability. This dynamic quality shows that caring for gut health does not have to be a strict or punishing journey. Rather, it is a flexible process in which the body readily responds positively when properly nourished. This perspective aligns with the philosophy of Pro. Arnold Ehret in his book Mucusless Diet Healing System, Anja Chua Lan, in Vietnamese. He emphasized that gradually eliminating foods that promote mucus buildup, those heavy in processed starches, meats, and dairy, and replacing them with fresh fruits and vegetables, triggers a natural cleansing mechanism, purifying the blood and restoring gut efficiency. Modern clinical evidence echoes this view. Diversity in the microbiome, fueled by a fiber-rich diet, is the foundation for improving health on every level, from digestion and immunity to mental well-being. Thus, it is clear that the gut microbiome not only governs internal biological stability, but also influences habits and food preferences, offering a transformative pathway for sustainable gut health. In modern nutrition, carbohydrates are often blamed as the direct cause of weight gain, and many popular diets encourage eliminating them altogether. From a scientific standpoint, this is a serious misconception. Carbohydrates are not only the body's primary energy source, but are also present in essential foods such as whole grains, legumes, beans, and seeds. Cutting them out entirely means removing food groups rich in fiber and vital nutrients that play a key role in sustaining the diversity of the gut microbiome. Epidemiological studies have shown that populations consuming diets high in whole grains and legumes have significantly lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and certain digestive disorders compared to those whose diets are dominated by refined foods. This clearly indicates that the problem does not lie in carbohydrates as a whole, but in how they are processed and consumed. A prime example of this misunderstanding is gluten, a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. For years, gluten has been stigmatized as harmful, fueling the rise of gluten-free products marketed as healthier alternatives. Yet medically speaking, only individuals with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity need to adhere to a strict gluten-free diet. For the vast majority of healthy people, there is no scientific evidence showing that eliminating gluten provides any health benefits. On the contrary, unnecessary avoidance reduces dietary diversity, deprives the body of valuable fiber and micronutrients, and limits the ability to nourish beneficial gut microbes. Thus, the real issue is not gluten itself, but the degree of food processing. Highly refined products containing gluten, such as white bread and industrial pastries, are low in fiber and often high in added sugars, which can cause bloating and digestive discomfort. It is therefore essential to distinguish between refined and whole foods. Whole grains, legumes, barley, and oats in their intact form contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which improve bowel function and lower the risk of digestive disorders. Processed industrial foods, on the other hand, are typically stripped of their nutrient-rich bran and loaded with sugar, salt, and preservatives, significantly diminishing their nutritional value and increasing metabolic strain. This is why so many people mistakenly believe that carbohydrates or gluten are inherently harmful, when in reality the problem lies in food processing and consumption patterns. Viewed in a broader context, demonizing carbohydrates or gluten has fueled extreme dietary trends that lead people to neglect valuable food sources. Instead of elimination, nutritional science recommends making informed, balanced choices, increase intake of whole grains, legumes, and seeds, while limiting refined and overly processed products. This approach not only sustains microbial diversity in the gut, but also supports energy balance, improves cardiovascular health, and strengthens the immune system. Therefore, rather than labeling carbohydrates or gluten as the enemy, the key is to understand their true nature and make intelligent, science-based choices that support long-term health. An inseparable dimension of gut health is the psychological aspect and the way individuals perceive their own bodies, because self-perception often does not reflect biological reality. Clinically, many cases show that the feeling of being overweight persists even when weight and health indicators are within normal ranges. This illustrates the complex interplay between nutrition psychology and personal perception. When the mind is dominated by comparison or rigid appearance standards, adopting a healthy diet can easily be misinterpreted as extreme restriction, leading to disordered eating. A striking example is anorexia nervosa, where patients may lose weight to a dangerous level, experience menstrual cycle loss, and then swing into uncontrolled weight gain due to metabolic dysregulation. Such conditions not only harm physical health, but also leave lasting psychological and social consequences. In this context, the role of medical and psychological professionals is critical to help individuals distinguish between genuine health improvement and harmful restrictive behaviors. A scientific approach does not encourage total exclusion or absolute prohibition, but rather emphasizes dietary abundance and balance. Foods often considered forbidden, such as pizza, pasta, or white bread, need to be restored to their proper place as common foods that can be enjoyed in moderation within a varied diet. Elevating these foods to the status of symbols of guilt only fuels anxiety and triggers compensatory overeating. By contrast, when they are viewed as normal parts of nutrition, people approach them with greater ease, maintaining stability in both physical and mental well-being. From a modern medical standpoint, gut health cannot be built on a foundation of extreme restriction, but must rest on nutritional abundance and diversity. When the body is nourished with a wide variety of vegetables, whole grains, fermented foods, and moderate amounts of other items, the gut microbiome flourishes, while the mind is freed from the burden of prohibition. This principle echoes the philosophy of Pro. Arnold Ehret in Mucusless Diet Healing System, Unja Chua Lank, where he explained that purity of body and mind comes not from harsh exclusion, but from gradual cleansing and natural rebalancing. For this reason, a sustainable solution for gut health is not chasing short-term diet fads, but cultivating a way of eating that is diverse, plant-rich, flexible, and tied to psychological freedom. The key message is clear: digestive and overall health can only be achieved when the body is nourished with abundance and the spirit is sustained by acceptance and self-compassion. Gut health is not a short-term story or quick hack trending online, but the ongoing journey of balance and true nutritional understanding. While rituals like drinking warm lemon water may feel pleasant at the start of the day, they can never replace the core foundation of a diet rich in plant-based fiber and variety. Over-reliance on quick fixes distracts from the bigger picture. Daily vegetable intake remains far too low, while the gut microbiome responsible for cravings, metabolism, and even mental state needs nourishment from whole natural foods. Step-by-step adding vegetables, whole grains, legumes, seeds, and fermented foods brings lasting improvements not only to digestion, but also to food preferences and overall health. Another common mistake is demonizing carbohydrates and gluten when the real issue lies in ultra-processed foods. Carbohydrates in whole grains and legumes are valuable, and gluten only needs to be avoided with a clear medical diagnosis. Extreme restriction is unnecessary and reduces microbial diversity, harming gut health. Most importantly, the role of psychology and body image shapes how nutrition is perceived. Viewing certain foods as forbidden creates guilt, while science shows that balance and abundance are the true keys to health. Real-life experiences of eating disorders from anorexia to uncontrolled weight gain remind us that nutrition and mental health are inseparable and require expert guidance. The core lesson is this: caring for gut health means caring for the entire body and mind. Instead of chasing short-term fixes, each person should build a diet abundant in vegetables, natural foods, and flexible choices. In practice, this could mean small steps, like adding an extra serving of vegetables to main meals, swapping refined grains for whole grains, or incorporating fermented foods several times a week. Over time, these small shifts bring major transformation, restoring microbiome balance, easing the mind, and strengthening overall well-being. Question for you: if you had to choose, what would you prioritize first in your own diet? Adding more vegetables or reducing processed foods? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss together. And finally, to gain more useful knowledge, fill out the form in the description to receive a free ebook on healing nutrition. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit like, and share this video to support us in continuing to bring valuable content to the community.